drive.
Oh, I see Emma. Say hi, Emma.
Hey, Eric, what's going on? Yeah, there's more men than ladies in this car at the moment, but it'll be equal in a second.
Love you.
We're headed to Venice, and Emma's not very happy about it, so. Dropping her off at Grandma's. Unfortunately, today was a sad day, you know. Hey, Terrence.
She's not getting in
I'll just pull over here real quick.
the house.
Okay. Good afternoon, Terrence. So we are heading to Venice to see my mom. So it'll be a little bit of a while on the vlog. Just whenever I plug this thing in, it just wants to pull it downwards. Hold on a sec here.
Hello?
Here we go.
Go back? Why?
Oh boy. Why?
I don't know. She hung up.
Okay. Yeah, the whole Notre Dame catching fire.
What do I need to go back for? Why? Go
What?
to Grandma's.
Okay. Well, this isn't really how I want to start off the vlog, so. Yeah, I just can't believe it. You know, I saw it in person back in 1992, and just seeing that happening is, you know, it's really hard to believe. Okay. This may not be a good conversation. Probably not be a conversation at all. Yeah, you can't really rebuild that. I mean, the good thing is that a lot of it's made out of stone, but that's going to be scorched. It's not going to be usable for probably a few months, and it'll probably never be the same. I mean, I've seen a lot of buildings in my time. That's one of the most ornate structures I've ever seen in my life. Probably the most ornate. Yeah. My mom actually used to give tours to non-French speaking tourists back in the late 60s there. So we're actually going up there because she's actually really depressed about it. It's actually kind of the main reason I wanted to see her. My grandfather was stationed in France twice, once during World War II and second in the 60s. So yeah. So it won't affect this. I mean, it will affect the stone, but it won't destroy it. All right, let's go back to frontward facing so we can see some palms and not my ugly face. Trying to. Why is this always tilting? Okay, that looks a little bit better. It's tilted the other way now for some reason. That's the one downside to this magnetic thing. It might tell me that it's overheating, so let's hope it doesn't happen. I have the AC on. So we are going to go see some palms, and we're going to see my mother. And we're going to buy a lot of toilet paper too, aren't we, babe?
Mm-hmm.
And why is that?
For your butt.
For my butt. You're the one that's always like, my tummy hurts. And I'm like, stop eating ice cream before dinner. You gotta stop eating Rocky Road ice cream and Moose Tracks before dinner. Cheese. Oh God. That was almost... That guy that just pulled, you know, took a left there. He pulled right in front of somebody. I mean, I don't get it. I'm not even going to try and fight the traffic going down Nicholas. I think it's going down Embers. Oh, hey, Mom. We'll see you in a little while. She called me Boo right on live, too. Ken says that he's going to send a check tomorrow. So we'll see about that. Hey, you're new here, huh? Never seen that name before. Sorry, Zach, I kind of just, after 10 p.m., I kind of zone out if we're watching a show. I can get back to you. But anyway, so now that we're kind of on the road now, there really isn't like an American equivalent to Notre Dame in France. The closest thing I can think of is like St. Peter's Basilica. I mean, not St. Peter's Basilica, St. Peter's Church in New York City. It's probably the most iconic church in the U.S. Besides, besides the Vatican, Notre Dame is probably like the most notable church in the world. Instinct's always to slow down to 20 here because I have to come here to, do I find new trees? I'm always looking for new trees and palms. And I made a new vlog just before I left. Nothing too great, just a little bit of a germination thing. Hey David, so if you take the interstate, which actually I don't do because I actually like driving on 41, which sounds scary, but if you're lucky you don't hit any traffic, it's about an hour. This way is about an hour and 15 minutes, but it's less miles. That's one of the reasons why I do it. It's less miles at a lower speed, so I actually get better gas mileage in this truck. And I can pull over if I want to like get something or use the bathroom. It's really the traffic is terrible. Then we'll take the interstate. If I'm going to Sarasota, I'll take the interstate. But just Venice is kind of like the last town that you can really take 41 on and still being a viable route. David, I was actually going to get in touch with you. I have some photos from Palm Fest 2007 that you're in. I also want to talk to you about an idea I had about the Palm Societies. I want to try and restart either the Southwest Florida Palm Society or like an entirely new PAX-off that doesn't exist right now. There shouldn't be a reason in this economy and this, growth in Florida that we don't have a PAX-off. You know what I mean? I know you're on the board there. I was going to talk to someone on the board of Central Florida and with the South Florida Society. And I'll probably talk to Ray Hernandez too, who is the president of the IPS. So, right, so got a little bit lucky here. It's just crazy, in 2015 I've been coming down to Cape Coral since 2004, but we looked at some houses here before we moved to Venice. But in 2015, when I first came down to Ashley's place, half the stores were just past and weren't there. And I don't even live in a newer part of we don't even live in a newer part of the Cape. So let's see. Yeah, I can see it, Zach. It's like a green. It's like a banana. I'm guessing, considering your name. But so Eric, those Vicias, I would usually Vici has a high germination rate. 70% and up. Yeah. What do you mean? I'm sorry, Great Pineapple. I was kind of confused what you saw, like news. You saw seeds germinating, or you saw new spears on a mature one? I was kind of confused there. It's surprisingly not that hot considering it's only 76 degrees. Which I'll take. That's fine with me. Hey, hallelujah, Sheev. Last time we talked, I told you I was ordering beef at a restaurant, and I felt really bad because I know that's not, that's not, that's not accepted. It's not acceptable. And I mean, obviously in America we eat beef. I know it's a sacred animal to you guys. Hallelujah is kind of like something you say. It has, a religious. It is a religious term, but it's something that essentially, it's kind of like saying, "Oh, thank the Lord," sort of. I don't. It probably means something in like Hebrew and or Greek, but not Greek. Probably Hebrew. But it's it's basically just saying like, "Oh, thank the Lord, hallelujah." It's almost like saying the same thing. It's just it's a term that's been used in like a lot of hymns, which are just religious songs in the Christian world. Was it like a number you just sniped close? Oh, what happened? Something's going on up here. Okay, so people do eat beef in India. Just that obviously people of the Hindu religion avoid it. I know it's kind of like, it's probably the equivalent of like us eating horses. Like we wouldn't do that. Not that we like see it. We don't have like a sacred animal in Christianity, but that I know of. I actually took a class in college on Indian history. It was quite interesting. What's happened here? It looks like a little bit of a fender bender. Jeez. Yeah, that car is pretty spanked up. Looks like someone hit someone else from the like sideswiped them like side to side. So we always get good timing. Even though we get a red light, we get the left-hand turn. Do the Dutch really eat horse meat? That sounds like it actually be true. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. We'll talk about chicken and we'll just talk about chicken because that's acceptable pretty much worldwide. I don't really know a culture that does not eat chicken. Everybody eats chicken. Christians, Muslims, Jews, Hindus. Catfish. Mongolians eat horse meat. That doesn't surprise me. Out there in the plains, you kind of have. I've been to a Mongolian restaurant in America, but I don't think that I don't know if they're even allowed to serve that in the menu. I think it's considered inhumane in the United States to eat horse meat. I don't know if that's the truth or not, but I would guess. Yeah, David. If I were you, David, the best place as far as like bang for the buck, and you could still commute to St. Pete and Clearwater, because I personally think it's like you're not going to get a big enough parcel of land in St. Pete, even if you buy a bunch of blocks. Right over the bridge, the Skyway, like Palmetto area, Terracea, even West Bradenton. Really nice areas, like great climate. Has the same climate essentially as St. Pete with a little bit more warmth to it. Yeah, but I'd love to be able to do a Palm Fest again. It's been 12 years. I can't believe it's been 12 years. I found a bunch of photos, like I said, and it'd be really fun. Yeah, because I mentioned I watched that Gordon's Great Escape in India, and they went to Chhattisgarh, and it looked like they ate beef. Hey, Chris, you can buy horse salami in European stores. I don't know if you can do that. I don't. Yeah, my friend actually spent a semester abroad in Ulaanbaatar, and he said he loved it. It's the least densely populated country in the world. It's not really talked about a whole lot in the U.S. Not for any reason, just that it's Chandigarh, I'm sorry. Chandigarh. The problem is that we always use a short E in English, and I know that's a long E. Chandigarh. Great Pineapple. I had to see a picture of that. I don't know if I can picture that. Oh, sucks. But thanks for watching the vlog. I have another vlog we just made with. It's not very detailed, but I mean it's not bad. Shows you how to germinate like really tropical, wet-loving plants. Is that guy shirtless? Yes. Shirtless with the long Bermuda jean shorts. That's the new style now. You got to be at least 60 to pull that off. Yeah, Toronto. Oh, really? You had a kangaroo there? Oh yeah, I've had a couple Punjabi dishes, and I'm familiar with Sikhism too.
I'm hungry.
Now you're hungry already? All you are is hungry. Ashley fell asleep with a bag of pretzels like laying on her stomach.
Oh, I did.
And there's like pretzels, like pretzels having a little bit, like if you wet them, like because the salt will like stick to you. There was like a couple stuck to her palm.
Why are you
like
making up stories?
Because you deserve to be called out for it.
You're making up stories.
No. You have a pretzel problem. That's cool, Chris. Punjabi. Oh, Punjabi? Okay, Punjabi. Okay. Yeah, Chris, that's cool. They let you get those seeds. Because they're ripening this time of year. I actually have a ton of Copernicia hospita seed. If you want some. Punjabi. Tiny car. Yeah, turn the AC up. Okay, yeah, sure thing, Chris. Yeah, that's a problem, Pineapple, is that people will plant palms underneath. I've seen Bismarcks planted underneath, electrical wires, and that's probably like one of the worst palms because it grows relatively fast. Its leaves have to constantly be trimmed back, and sometimes have to be chopped off at the top because they just won't. Besides that one, you guys saw that looks like they took a bulldozer and leaned it over, which is not good. The roots can't really handle that. I'd be surprised if that thing is just gonna look weird. Yeah, sorry, Dylan, to hear you're sick. I saw Ryan sent me a picture of Chicago, and it was covered in. Here we go. It was covered in snow. Oh yeah, that chili sweated out. I don't know what's for dinner tonight. We're going to Venice and then we're coming back. It's going to be a little bit late. So we might have to go with either Pollo or Wawa. I know that Ashley, she wants Pollo. Right?
No.
No? What are your favorite foods, Dave? I'll answer your question, Shiv, in a sec.
Sushi.
Sushi? What else do you like? Macaroni and cheese?
Pizza.
Hot dogs? Do you like eating sushi and you like hot dogs?
Pizza.
You like putting hot dogs in your mouth? You like that spicy pepperoni? Is that what you want?
Answer his question.
I am going to answer the question, but Yenny should answer my
I
question.
did answer.
Do you like the spicy pepperoni or no? No? Okay. Alright, so anyway, when the palm, depending on how much current's going through, usually it just kind of fries the leaf. It's rare to actually kill the palm outright unless the crown hits it. So I'll see if we can't find a couple palms that have been hit by electricity. Oh, now it's 78. Yeah, that's crazy, Dylan. I know this time of year the weather can go way up and down. Yeah, I can imagine when it goes up and down like that so much that it can definitely make you sick. That happened to Ashley and her family on the way home from Colorado. You know, when you come from a cold place to a warm place, and of course let's see how slow this speed limit is 55 here. Oh, never mind, we're not going to find out, thankfully.
Oh, we could have stopped at that Dollar General.
Oh well.
Next one.
So you want to go to that Dollar General again? What do you want, trail mix?
Yeah.
Oh, the meth last night. I don't know what you have to remind me. Pineapple. Yeah, Pineapple. If you want to send me you can send me a photo either on Facebook at Faulkner's Palms, or you can. My Instagram is just Faulkner's Palms. You can send it to me there. So now we're in Charlotte County. You can see the sign there. It opens up in the 4 lanes. I think Charlotte County is actually the lowest lying county in the entire state. Like on average. I'm not entirely sure about that. The meth last night, I'm trying to remember what that's about. We're headed to Venice, Dylan. We were gonna look at a motorcycle in Arcadia, but I don't think I was gonna like it. It was only a 125cc. And it was like a 2001 model. Didn't have many miles and it wasn't expensive. It's just that I'd rather spend a little more money on like a little bit nicer motorcycle. Oh yeah, I remember that. Sorry, Zach. I told you to stop, smoking the meth. I don't know if you guys. Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a little India in Chicago. I don't know if you guys know this, but before 1970, when Richard Nixon passed the Controlled Substances Act, methamphetamine was perfectly legal. People would take it all the time to work, long hours. Doctors, lawyers, I'm sure politicians would take it. In fact, it was rationed to soldiers in World War. No, do not do this. Okay, thank God. I do not want to be behind that. Be behind that. Okay. Yeah, Chicago just, everything about it is just very large. I mean, it's the third largest city in the nation, so. Your mom ever used to go to Chicago? Did she ever talk about that?
No.
Ashley was born at like an hour, what is that, an hour and a half from Chicago? Dylan, how far is it to South Bend, Indiana from Chicago? Like, say, downtown Chicago? I know it can differ quite a bit. Obviously, the north side would be like a lot longer than the south side. Chip, it really depends on what you're looking for. I was born in New York City. I was born in Manhattan, but I would actually would be perfectly fine if I went there again. I think that coming from like a higher population density area, I know, right, Shiv? An hour and a half. That's what I was gonna guess. So that's where Ashley was born. So it has everything you would want, but like Dylan said, it's so expensive. I can tell you that in 1977, my dad spent $1,500 a month on a studio apartment, and it was on Wall Street, Gibby. But Wall Street isn't like known for having the. I mean, it's nice, but it's not like really, really nice. So, if you want to get a one-bedroom apartment like that has a little bit of space to it in a decent part of Manhattan, you're going to spend like a minimum of $3,000 a month, probably closer to $4,000. And everything's going to be expensive. I just got a message. That's already 6:15. That's crazy. Yeah, even though that's not saying a whole. I mean, Chicago still isn't cheap, but like gas is probably, like in Florida, gas here is $2.75 a gallon. It's probably $3.30 a gallon in New York. Everything's just a lot more expensive. All the taxes are higher. If you wanted to be in a town where you would feel like there might be like a little India, like a larger city that you might feel more at home in some areas, the cheaper cities that I would recommend would be like Miami. Although I don't really necessarily. I'm trying to think what else would be. Probably like Houston, Dallas. Maybe Atlanta. Okay. I think that it's easier to get into Canada than it is to the U.S. I know a lot of people from India that live in Canada. It is a lot colder though, and it's harder to get used to. $6,500 for that truck. I would never buy it, but I was curious what they wanted. One thing about Florida, when you buy like a good old boy truck from someone like it's from Florida, they always want like double what it's worth. Like you'll see like a 20-year-old truck with 100,000 miles, and they'll want like 15 grand for it. And then they get insulted when you like offer them less. Okay. Yeah, it is expensive at first. I mean, I see Indians in there are Indian people in almost every town. There are Indians in Venice. They're just not. There's no like center where there's If he can open up a store or a restaurant, then I think there are a lot of places you can do that. I actually realized there are 2 Indian restaurants in Venice. I did not know about them. Yeah, but Melbourne has a much more mild climate than, say, most of the United States, actually. Melbourne. good health infrastructure? Do you mean like a lot of hospitals, or you mean like with a butter chicken curry? Because I mean, there's hospitals everywhere. There's what, one or two hospitals in Cape Coral?
One Cape Coral.
There's one in Cape Coral. There's one in Punta Gorda. You went to Captain Eddie's? Yeah, Captain Eddie's is pretty good. Three in Fort Myers. There's one in Punta Gorda. There's two in Port Charlotte, I think. There's like a miniature one in Northport, although Northport should have its own hospital. There's one in Inglewood and one in Venice. And that's within, it's all within 100 kilometers and about 500,000 people. Well, I should say more than that, because there's 650,000 people in Lee County, which is actually a decent amount. It's the top 50. I think Lee County is the 50th most populous county in the U.S. and climbing. Really, Shiv, there are anywhere you go is going. I mean, any area with a larger population. If you go to like the Midwest, like the rural Midwest or the rural plains, or south, like most of the actual infrastructure is pretty good. It's just the cost is a lot. It's hard for, obviously our healthcare is, we're known for not having like the most affordable healthcare. Come on, we're not gonna make it. Looks like we can catch up on some. Yeah. That's pretty cool. The medical thing, Dylan. Yeah, sure. It's pineapple. It's FAULKNERS, and then the word palms, all one word. Faulkner's Palms. It's Zach. Your obsession with sausage is scaring me a little bit. It's almost as strong as Ashley's obsession with sausage. She used to get the buy one get free kielbasas at Publix. She's like, "Oh, you want to have kielbasa? It's an ethnic food." Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Right. I'm ready when you are, Light. That's like crypto kind of investment right there. Yeah, for treating burns, that's definitely going to be a winner right there. Another AutoZone. People who don't know how to fix cars go to a car place. God, so many new buildings. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to invest 20K in stock like that. I can't type because I'm driving, Pineapple. Maybe someone can type it for you that's in the chat. If they could type my Instagram, that would be awesome. I got 47 miles left in the range. Finally, we got a woman in the chat. I'm actually surprised there aren't more. I mean, there's a couple women that comment, but I don't know what the male. I think the male to female ratio on, like, I looked at my YouTube analytics. I think it's like 78% male, 22% female, which is, I mean, that's. Palms tend to be a more male thing, but no, they just pull. They just. The speed limit comes to 40 right here, but yet. RIP sauce in the bottle. What kind of? Don't ever taste hot sauce at Walmart. I'm just gonna give you that piece of advice. The worst hot sauces are the ones that when you taste it and you don't taste anything at first, and it creeps up on you. It's like a zombie. Like you don't expect it, and then all of a sudden. Oh, Bobby, just with Notre Dame catching fire and this, it being, scorched.
Don't forget Dollar General.
Yeah, I won't forget Dollar General. Look at that bumper, just like freaking. My mom is very depressed about it because she used to go there quite a bit and do tours. I've got to like. So guys. Yeah. There's a certain point in which the heat and hot sauce becomes like unpleasant, and I don't really have any interest in tasting it. I mean, I've tasted some pretty hot stuff before. I got the hottest pad thai you can get at Thai restaurant in Bangkok, and I was like sweating bullets because they were using like fresh Thai chili. They had to like custom make it. I'm like not going this feeling because I'm looking for this Dollar General. It has the weirdest parking lot. Stop trying to cut into me because you don't want to miss the light, buddy. Oh, I got 12 viewers. Awesome. We're in the double digits. Got it. Alright, I'm just going to drop you off right here. This is actually I thought that there was no parking over here. Alright. So, it's a good question. I would go with the tap water, Bobby, because it'll have probably more minerals than your dehumidifier water will. Yeah, GD, there's a fire still going on, I think. Yeah, Dylan, that's why I named it being a sad day. Because, I've seen Notre Dame in person, and my mom lived in France, so did my grandfather. Oops, did not mean to do that. Wait, can I do that? No, it didn't work. Nice, Zach. Sweet Cordeline fruticosa. That's probably something that I've never seen before because it doesn't grow here. It's probably more of like a temperate thing. Like it likes moderate weather. It needs like a cool season. Actually, such a pain in the ass sometimes. She doesn't plan ahead. Whenever we have dinner, it's like, okay, throw everything in the pot. We'll chop it up, and then it comes out and it's just bland. I want Gordon Ramsay to taste her food and yell at her. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately in history, historical things that burn to the ground, churches that burn to the ground, even I'm trying to figure out. I'm wondering what the source of the fire was. No, we haven't reached destination. We're only halfway there. The reason I'm driving up to see my mom is because she was actually very depressed about the whole thing. So, I mean that, and I told her I was going to come up yesterday, and I forgot I told her that. Felt bad about that as well.
Love your parking zone.
Thank you. This car, for some reason, more than any other car, I've had the hardest time parking. I don't know why. It could just be because it is longer, and I'm just not used to driving like long vehicles. But I mean, I know how to park it. I just think I'm driving a car whenever I'm driving this. So I think my mom knows that we're coming
I told her.
on. Oh, she came on YouTube Live.
I know. I told her.
Well, what am I gonna do? Not like she sees him. She sees that I'm on the road. Obviously. Oh, this guy's flying. Is that a postal truck? Doing like, I mean, it doesn't look like he's flying, but he's doing like 50 in a 35. I mean, I guess it's never. I never get. You ever seen a mail truck get pulled over? Because I haven't. Oh, the source is on the roof, huh? I don't have like regular cable TV, so I just kind of watch it through the internet. I can't stand cable boxes. I wouldn't even take it even if it were free, to be honest. I don't like watching live TV. Why is everybody speeding through downtown Copenhagen? I don't understand. Like I'm doing over 10 over, and that guy is still. This is like where all the cops hang out. Oh, here we go. You guys could think it's out of focus, but like they both kind of deserted it. One guy blew the light, or blew the stop sign. The other guy's doing like 15 to 30. Okay, now it's acceptable. What'd you get there? Mountain trail mix?
Yeah.
Like stuff you find up on the mountain?
Uh-huh.
Okay. See, here there's plenty of coconuts, and then you go to Port Charles, there's not so many coconuts. There's some, but... Okay, sounds good, Pineapple. I'll definitely check that out on Instagram. I don't post as much as I should on there, but I still post some. Sorry, it's kind of bright, so yeah, I didn't think it was going to be totally destroyed, but that's good to hear that's been contained. Because, I mean, it's like 80% stone from what I can remember seeing. I'm wondering if probably the most important part is like the stained glass. I don't know what temperature that stuff melts at. I don't know what temperature the fire would be at. Jesus. I really want to talk to you. Did the red tide start? No, we don't have any red tide. It's actually clear for now, but I mean, just wait a few months and we'll see if, you know, that's true then. So many buy here, pay here places, Port Charlotte. They're actually outlawed in Northport. You cannot, in the city limits, you cannot have a car dealership. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, hopefully it'll be rid of coconuts. That used to be a place where people would park their cars for sale. Like if you had a car for sale, you just park it there. It was laid back. You could just swim in the water. Now it's gonna be condos, unfortunately. Yeah, there's a big nursery. There's a lot of bamboo over there now you mention it. KFC buffet. I've never been over there. Yeah. Yeah, I'll see what I can do, Shiv. The problem is like I don't have. I mean, I can talk about it. I just. I'll try and incorporate it into a video. I think that would be. People might laugh and be like, "Hey, Christian, you had 3 nurseries, and they all, they're all gone. What happened? Could you really be talking about this?" I don't care what other people say. The longest pool in the U.S. Jeez. Goats on Goat Island. I don't know where that is. Why am I in this lane? Out of here. The 6 lanes of traffic never makes any sense. Just because I'm in the left lane doesn't mean I'm in the fastest lane. Okay. And now I'm getting tailgated. My favorite thing.
Brake check.
I will. I'm doing 55. Yeah, now you get away from me. There you go. It's the way to get away from people who tailgate you. Just brake check them. I'm doing 55 and a 45. I don't like to talk about my speed limit on the video. So if I get pulled over, a cop be like, "Yeah, you said you were doing this," and I can say I was lying, but. Now he's in the slow lane, trying to come around. Is that a red Mustang? Yeah, Burn Mustang. Here it comes. Oh yeah, good idea, buddy. Oh, look at you, yeah. There you go. Look at you show off. Yeah. When you see him rolled over in a ditch 2 miles ahead. That's the reason I don't like. I used to have a Mustang, but I just didn't find it fun to drive here because, well, like this is what you have to drive it in. Either that, or you can do like 150 on the interstate, get pulled over and get thrown on the ground and cuffed and go to jail. But there's no like twisties to go, in Florida. See if I can keep up with him. See if he's gonna plow in the back of some truck. That was the guy that was tailgating me. I know it kind of does sting, doesn't it, Dylan? Sorry, I missed a few comments here because I've been kind of focused. When I started getting tailgated and stuff, I started focusing on the road and figuring out my plan of action. You guys know how much I love the traffic here. How to manage palms. Look at these palms; they're all dead. They're all dying. Who did this work? And the thing is, in Florida, like people get away with this stuff all the time, where they get a job. It smells like, you smell like something burning? Mm-hmm. Something's burning, like outside. But, like these Bismarcks are all brown. Like they're all dying. when they probably will end up surviving, but it just, whoever did this work needs to stop, needs to get out of the business. They're just like this. I mean, only a couple businesses around here can have contracts like this, and I just see. I see Bismarcks that get no transplant shock, and I see ones that like every single one, and like these royals are dying. If you're killing royals, then you need to stop working in the plant industry. The sables will go. Well, actually, that one's bending, so that one, obviously, the sables aren't doing that well either. They're all, almost every single leaf is brown on there. I mean, that shows like poor skills at best. It's neglect for sure. They're spraying water under the road. They should be hosing the water on the roof wall. None of the sprinkling stuff. That thing needs they need 30, 40 gallons of water every day for at least, a month. So, Shiv, what I do for vacation is I tend to find like something that I need to do for work, and then I take the vacation like nearby, or I find someone that can take care of the plants while I'm gone. There he goes, doing like 60 and a 35. I hope someone pulls him over. I hope he goes to jail. I mean, listen, I used to drive ridiculous speeds in my Mustang, but I didn't do it in traffic, tailgating everybody in my way. There's a time to to speed. There's a time not to. Like rush hour traffic is not the time to tailgate everybody that you can come across. Oh, my head. Like the last real vacation I took was probably, we went to DeLand, which is north of Orlando, in late June. So it's been almost a year. But then again, like a lot of times I go like a mini vacations up to Venice or to, sometimes Miami's a little mini vacation. Planning on going to Vermont in August, depending on.
I can't do August.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out. Sorry guys, with these polarized glasses in the sun kind of glaring, I'm not gonna be able to see everything here. Why don't you just name yourself the King Fiend, Zach? Or the Fiend King. Southern King Fiend. Some kind of nastiness here. That didn't help. These windshield wipers. Yeah, so I usually, when I leave, like I was gone for 9-10 days, my neighbor just waters the plants. Yeah, they just planted them doing, so hence the shock. And it's a terrible time of the year to plant because it's not raining, but it's hot. So that it's the plant, if it were in the middle of winter, even though there's a chance of frost, which really wouldn't affect them, they wouldn't dry up as fast. But when it's it's 80 here and it's been 90 a couple times already, this is when the greatest amount of evaporation takes place. It's the riskiest time of the year to plant them. Yeah, they look like somebody's getting screwed. Oh yeah, so Bobby, you could add fish emulsion to the dehumidifier water. I was gonna say, if it's 6.5, I mean, it is good stuff. You can use either one. I mean, if you want to acidify your soil, if you're using like inorganic soil, you use the dehumidifier water. If you're using organic soil, I would use your tap water in it. Well, dehumidifier is going to take in water because it takes water vapor out of the air and condenses. Yeah, I would definitely hand water that stuff, Chris. The Bradiokentia grandiflora. They're all really nice palms. I just don't think that any of them have the capacity to be like, to break into like the landscape world. I mean, yes, there's collector. Sorry, they have the terrible. For some reason, they don't like cell phone cover area because it's just like not considered. It's more of a lower income area, I guess. Bobby, it's a little bit alkaline. It's not that bad. I mean, a lot of the water in Dade County in Miami is around that. A lot of the wells are. Is that new Kia Telluride? I think it's pretty nice. It looks like a Volvo. Of course, I just think because of their growth rate and if it can't take full sun, it definitely cuts down on its viability. I think that they're emerging palms. I think that's probably why like Arconda Phoenix hasn't done as well as it should have. And Price also, they don't grow very fast. So when they eventually, I mean, they might have a limited commercial capacity, but I mean, I had grandifloras 10 years ago, and I grew them up, and I mean, people will buy them. Collectors will definitely pay money for them, but it's a big jump. Kennyopsis really doesn't even get really much commercial, and that thing can take full sun. It should be. It takes a lot to make that quantum leap. So until you see like palms like Kennyopsis taking that quantum leap, Sadakentia, there has to be a certain price point at which they will start to buy them. I think that there's a lot of people that will buy them for personal use, but like as far as like planting them medians or city plantings, they're not going to be a Bismarckia or Royal. I'm not saying not to grow them. I mean, they're definitely valuable plants. I think that Copernicius will actually take that route before a lot of New Caledonian palms will, just because before they're sold anywhere else, they got to kind of do well in like Miami first, be proven plants. Like planted some palms, or at least they're planting something here. There was about 10 years ago, none of this was here. I mean, the Home Depot was here. That was it. And the Walmart. But this whole Coco Plum Plaza over here. Yeah. Zach, you should really try growing some cycads, man. Cycads will handle, that some of those cold snaps, and you can cover them more easily too. And a lot of them just have no spines, and they got some color to them. They don't grow very fast, but you're a young man. Azul pines. I like They offer that kind of dappled canopy that you need for a lot of palms. Okay. Oh, our light is green. There's a little bottlenecking where it's 2 lanes for a little while, and I don't know why it is because there's no construction going on, but. It just me or the old Ridgeline models look bigger than this? They look bigger. They seem taller and bigger. I don't know. I mean, these are sleeker and get better gas mileage, but. Oh yeah, new Ridgeline looks girly. New Ridgeline, it has like less aggressive looks, like it's more subtle. Oh, there's some cars blowing a ton of oil here. You can see the smoke. Do you smell that? The smell of burning oil. Smell of pollution. That's great. If you can grow, I'll tell you, there's definitely a market for them. You know, Chris, I would sell them, like I wouldn't field grow them. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Did they do that? Where did they do that, Dylan? Using Agent Orange? Sorry, guys, because where the sun is, and I'm wearing sunglasses that kind of already make it harder to see the chat. I may not see everything. Yeah, see, the thing is, you know, that's alkaline rock. That's a very special. Miami has its own little. Let me clear the air here a little bit. Miami has its own little, you know, market where, you know, there's alkaline rock, oolitic limestone that everything grows in, and there's everything else. Oh, that guy's just blowing diesel smoke. Never mind. I thought that was recording oil. Guys, there's kind of heavy traffic, so I can't really look at the. I will. It's kind of a beast of a truck, though. Yeah, I won't use Roundup anymore because, well, the obvious that's been proven to be carcinogenic. I never really used it. I used it a couple times when I had to. I had no other choice. But if you go out to like any nursery, they're gonna have 55-gallon drums of glyphosate, which is Roundup, just a generic. And you know, I would never take a job spraying Roundup. I'd rather be homeless than take a job doing that. Which there are people who do that like literally every day. I'd rather charge more money for my plants and have someone pull the weeds. Agent Orange was a chemical that was used to defoliate the jungle in Vietnam originally and other areas. and it causes all serious health issues and cancer. I mean, cancer being the number one health issue it seems to cause. And I mean, there's a lot of Vietnam vets that get like a lot of money, like thousands of dollars a month, because of the health issues that they deal with due to Agent Orange. I'm telling you, man, salt and vinegar and soap works fine. I forgot who mentioned it. I think it was that one guy. It will kill everything that it. I mean, it will burn everything it touches. Where Roundup seems to be like very localized, but as long as you're just careful with it. I've never like sprayed it. I mean, I might have gotten a little bit on myself, but like I only used it like maybe a half dozen times in my life. I don't think it's like, I mean, knock on wood, there's a nursery pot. You know, you're into plants when you see pots on the side of the road and you think about going to pick them up, especially big ones, because they're worth good money. I mean, to buy a brand new like 100-gallon pot's like $60, so. You know, I don't think that Roundup is like, Roundup's one of the things where if you use it for a lifetime, it it can be dangerous. I think if you're using it like occasionally. Okay, sure thing. I'll check that out. Why not? I'm just gonna call you, unless you have a name you want me to call you by. I tend to know everybody's name on here, more or less. Sorry guys, once I get on this road here, I'll be able to see the comments a lot better. My low fuel light hasn't come on, even though I'm only at 29 miles. That's surprising. Watch it come on next like 15 seconds. I have to get like a snack at Wawa and then get dinner. Well, I guess we'll see what time we leave. There's a pretty good chance I'm going to go live on the way home. Ashley will be wasted, so I'm just kidding. There we go. I told you, my fuel light. You guys hear that? I don't know enough about Roundup. If you spray it, don't spray it when it's windy out. Don't, use it at the proper concentration. And, wear the proper clothing, like wear long pants. Like, don't. It's not like commercially, I see why people, would use it. I just hope that there's becomes like a more organic alternative. I'm not a big fan of Monsanto. In fact, I'm not a fan of Monsanto at all. Okay, let's see here. Now I can see a lot better. Yeah, if you guys look on a lot of things, there's this, you guys in California knows, but Proposition 65 is basically, if anything has been proven or has shown that it may cause cancer, that has to be put on a label on every bottle that would ever be sold in California. So if, like, say you're buying, like, for example, when I buy a vape liquid, it's on every bottle of vape liquid, even if it's not being sold in California. It'll say, this has been shown by the state of California to cause cancer. Because in order to be sold in California, it has to have that warning. So, yeah, you don't want to get it on your body. That one guy. Yeah, the other one. The weirdest things will have that proposition on it. It's probably because it's made from some material that's been somehow shown, like if you ingest it, in a rat, and it shows that it causes. Oh man, they're clearing this too. Or, I don't know when it was in 4-lane road, but I can't see it now. And Chris, I found that some of the like very curly dipsis, like Canaliculatta, Robusta, Prestoniana, when they get some age, they really take off. Like I have a 7-gallon Prestoniana, big curly, and it actually grows surprisingly, fast for that genus. Yeah, that one guy, I used to change a lot of oil back in the day. Now I don't do it because I'm afraid of that. I just don't have like the room in the garage to do that, and the tools. I mean, I have tools at my sister's house. I have brought down to the Cape Coral, but speaking of that, I should probably bring some down so I can work on the. I need to change the battery out in the car. I'll tell you guys a story. When I was like 17, 18, I used to work for making sure everything was working on the car. He would sell a lot of collector cars, put them up at auction. And he had this like crackhead mechanic guy that in the morning when it was cold, this is in Southampton, New York, he would pour motor oil on like logs of wood in the furnace. And this, I didn't even realize motor oil could actually catch fire, but it's kind of like a liquid version of wood, except for a lot worse for you. If you if it gets hot enough, it catches fire and it burns like, not like gasoline, but it just burns. I mean, obviously I should know it's real. I don't know if synthetic oil burns the same way, but this wasn't synthetic oil. This is like 99 to 2000. What do I listen to these days, Shiv? It's funny because Ash and I will play poker late at night, and I'll go to Amazon Music. I listen to mostly like 90s rock, 90s hip hop, some 2000s stuff, and a lot of 80s. I don't listen to a lot of music that comes out these days. Okay. Suggest a song for you. I almost wanted to pull that off right there. I don't know. I can suggest like a band to you. I don't know how familiar you are with like grunge rock, but like someone like Alice in Chains, some Tool, Pearl Jam. I used to be a decent fan of Nirvana, but are we all the way at River Road now? I fucked up. Shit. Oh well. How did I do that? Am I talking too much, I guess. Half mac and cheese, half mashed potatoes. That sounds like like a nicer version of the KFC, like famous bowl. Oh no, not this. Not this. Don't do it to me, man. I might have to try that out. I might get it like on the side. Sorry guys, I'm back in the glare, so it's a little bit harder to... I can't believe I missed Center Road. You didn't tell me. I don't think I've ever done that before. The paper just makes it even harder to see the screen. Why are we going so slow on this road? We just passed my first nursery, was right there at that corner. like this actually was much. A few minutes. Okay. All right. Love you. Bye bye. Okay. Sorry, guys. My YouTube app just stopped responding. It just shut down. So guys, I'm here now, but we'll be live on the way back. I don't know when that's gonna be because I don't know when it's gonna. I don't mind TLC. Hey Dan, good morning. So yeah, sorry Dan, he got here when he did, but I actually got to go in now. Yeah, don't go chasing James. Everybody's showing up. You been listening to Greek music? Opa. So yeah, I'm sorry. It was there was a lot of glare and I couldn't see much. Here we go again with me trying to park this thing. I'm telling you, these parking spots are getting smaller and smaller. I used to drive in New York City all the time. I used to drive a Ford Bronco in New York City. You know how much fun that is? Breaking down on 42nd Street and Broadway. So guys, just because of the Notre Dame fire, James, so Ashley's going to be a minute or two. So yeah, I'll be on later. I'm going to be with my mom for like probably at least an hour or so. And then I'm going to probably see my sister. She got new windows. I'm going to see if it's like her house is habitable now because she doesn't like air conditioning. So it's always like 27, 28 Celsius or 30 Celsius in the room I stay in. So I'm going to yeah, but there'll be like a nighttime version of this vlog. I came up here because my mom, she used, Notre Dame is like kind of near and dear to her because she lived in Paris for 4 years. I'll say hello to my mom. And we had to get rid of the sprouts. Downfalls of drinking Diet Coke. I got a dentist appointment on May 1st, so maybe I can interview my dentist because he's a palm collector. That's how I actually met him. If he's not too busy, talk about how he got into palms. He may not want to be on, understandably, as a medical professional, but we'll see. Ashley's outside smoking the cigs. Hey, for those of you in Australia, Canada, and up north, how much is a pack of cigarettes? Just curious. Around here in Florida, it can go anywhere from like $4.50 to, I mean, if you get the real nice cigarettes, you can pay $8 for them, which I know is cheaper than most states. I mean, I know Virginia is like a little bit cheaper, and I know in New York they're like $12 a pack. So I'm just wondering what people pay for them. Oh, nice. $15 to $18 Canadian, $13. That's what they should be. Wow, $21 Australian a pack. That's like about $15, $16. It's the same as Canada. I mean, I think it's a good idea. I mean, I remember when I was 16, I was getting cigarettes for like $12 a carton. I mean, I wasn't buying them by the carton. I was paying like $1.50 for cigarettes. Yeah, Illinois is very anti-vape. I noticed that. Chicago especially. $65. Yeah, in Tennessee they're like 20 cents. Oh, yeah, carton. You can still get a carton of cigarettes for under $50 in Florida. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, I know that it's to keep like they've done a lot of research and they realize like even though vaping can help a lot of adults quit it, it also helps a lot of kids get addicted to nicotine. So let me get a soda out of here. Yeah. All right, guys. So I'm gonna sign off for now. So I will see you guys. It is very bad for you. I shouldn't even be vaping, but yeah, I'll be back on at some time between like 8:30 to 9:30 Eastern. So I'll see you guys then.